Hey there! Have you ever found yourself in the middle of a heated argument, feeling your emotions spiral out of control? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into 5 powerful ways to stay calm during conflicts and control your emotions in the heat of the moment. Arguments can feel overwhelming, like everything is stacking against you, and before you know it, you're caught up in a whirlwind of frustration. But here's the thing, staying calm isn't something that just happens, it's a choice, and it's within your power. In this video, we'll explore practical strategies inspired by Stoicism. These techniques aren't about avoiding conflict or bottling up your feelings. They're about learning how to handle tough situations with a clear mind and a steady heart. There's no need for complicated hacks or deep meditations, just these small changes to make a huge difference in how you handle disagreements. Before we begin, please subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on more ways to improve your emotional control. Are you ready to take control of your reactions? Let's dive right in. Understand that staying calm is a choice. Imagine you're caught in the middle of a heated argument. The words fly like arrows, each one aimed to wound. Your heart pounds as though it's trying to escape your chest, and your mind races, searching for the perfect retort. It feels as though everything around you is spiraling out of control. The temptation to react impulsively is overwhelming. After all, emotions are powerful forces that feel like they're taking charge. But here's a crucial realization: you have the power to choose calm, even in the storm. This is the core of Stoic wisdom. It's not about denying your emotions or suppressing them, it's about choosing your response to those emotions. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a stormy sea. The waves may crash violently, but beneath the surface, there is always a stillness. You cannot control the storm, but you can choose to remain anchored in your own inner calm. This isn't just a philosophical idea, it's a biological fact. Our brains are wired to react emotionally when faced with conflict or stress. When we feel threatened, our fight or flight instincts are triggered, flooding us with chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol. It's as if our brains believe we are in immediate physical danger, even if the threat is just a verbal exchange. This automatic response can be powerful and overwhelming, but it's not the only option. When you feel the urge to react in anger or frustration, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath, inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. By doing this, you disrupt the flood of adrenaline. You remind yourself that you're not in immediate danger. You reconnect with your conscious mind, giving yourself the space to choose a measured response instead of an emotional one. This small act of pausing creates the space you need to regain control. Once you've interrupted the knee-jerk response, ask yourself, what truly matters in this moment? This simple question shifts your focus from defending your pride or proving a point to maintaining clarity and composure. It reframes the situation, giving you the chance to act with intention rather than reaction. Choosing to stay calm is an act of immense strength. It means choosing to respond with wisdom, rather than being swept away by the tide of emotions. It's like standing on solid ground while the world around you feels uncertain. You regain control of your actions, your emotions, and your reactions. When you embrace the idea that staying calm is a choice, you unlock a level of resilience that transforms your life. The more you practice this skill, the more it becomes second nature. In every moment of stress, every argument, every challenge, you have the ability to step back and choose calm over chaos, balance over discord. This isn't about perfection, it's about empowerment. The power to stay grounded, no matter what life throws your way. The power of listening over speaking. In a world that celebrates the loud and the fast, where every voice seems eager to be heard, there's a quiet revolution taking place. It's the power of listening, and it might just be one of the most transformative skills you can cultivate. In conversations, we often think of speaking as the most important act, the moment when we impart our thoughts, share our expertise, or express our emotions. But there is an entirely different realm of influence in how well we listen. Imagine a moment where 2 people are talking, but only one of them is truly heard. The other person is waiting, preparing to speak, their mind racing to form the perfect response. But the magic happens when someone is truly listening. Not simply waiting for their turn to talk, but actively engaged, fully absorbing the words, tone, and unspoken emotions of the other person. In that space, something profound shifts. When you listen deeply, you're not just gathering information. You're creating an environment where the other person feels seen, understood, and valued. This is a rare gift in a world that tends to prioritize expression over connection. In fact, many of us crave not just to be heard, but to be truly understood, and listening with intention provides that opportunity. Now, consider the difference between speaking and listening in terms of energy. Speaking requires energy, but so does listening, though in a different way. When you listen, you engage the emotional intelligence that allows you to empathize with others. You step into their world, even if only for a moment, to see things from their perspective. And this empathy creates a bond, a connection that goes far deeper than words. It invites trust, vulnerability, and ultimately understanding. Let's take this a step further. In Stoic philosophy, one of the central tenets is to focus on what is within our control. Our words are important, yes, but how often do we take the time to consider whether our words are adding value, or simply filling space? Words, once spoken, cannot be undone. They echo through time and relationships. Listening, on the other hand, is a choice. It is a practice in mastery. By choosing to listen first, we not only gain insight into others' thoughts and feelings, but we also develop a sense of patience and control over our impulses to speak, to correct, or to interrupt. In practice, listening before speaking allows us to be present, not distracted by our own thoughts or preconceptions, but wholly engaged in the moment. This is where true communication happens, when both parties feel they have been fully heard, not just acknowledged. Imagine how differently your interactions might unfold if you practiced active listening, where you reflect on what the other person is saying, and then respond with clarity, understanding, and consideration. But what about the power of silence? Often, the most profound moments of communication come not from words, but from the space between them. In the quiet moments when you're not talking, you leave room for reflection, for deeper connection, and for the other person to process and share more. Silence isn't emptiness. It's a canvas on which the conversation can deepen, shift, and evolve. Furthermore, listening has a way of disarming conflict. When you take the time to genuinely hear someone, even if you don't agree with them, the environment of tension begins to dissolve. The defensive walls go down, because the other person feels respected. Often, this mutual respect leads to more honest, meaningful dialogue. The person who listens becomes a guide, helping others to find their own clarity, while speaking becomes a tool for furthering understanding, not for winning an argument. But perhaps the most profound shift comes when you realize that the true power of listening isn't just about others, it's about you. When you listen well, you are learning, growing, and expanding your own understanding of the world. You are gathering the threads of other people's experiences, beliefs, and insights, which can lead to a deeper sense of self-awareness. The more you listen, the more you connect, not just with others, but with yourself, as you discover new perspectives that challenge and shape your own views. In a culture where speaking is often seen as the path to power, the act of listening quietly holds a more subtle, yet equally powerful, influence. It shapes relationships, nurtures trust, deepens wisdom, and cultivates emotional intelligence. It is, at its core, an act of humility, the willingness to step aside and make space for another person's story, their truth, and their voice. In a world that is often loud and chaotic, to truly listen is to create a sanctuary of peace and understanding, and that is a power worth cultivating. See arguments as collaboration. At first glance, an argument might seem like a battlefield, two opposing forces clashing, each determined to win. Emotions flare, words become weapons, and the goal seems to be one of victory, to prove your point, defeat the other side, and emerge as the one who is right. Yet this narrow view of argument overlooks a more profound and transformative perspective, arguments as collaboration. What if, instead of seeing an argument as a confrontation, you viewed it as a shared journey towards deeper understanding? This shift in mindset could completely change the way you engage in disagreements, transforming them from sources of stress or division into opportunities for growth and connection. At the heart of this shift is the idea that truth is not a possession, but a discovery. When you engage in an argument with the intention of collaborating, you stop thinking of the conversation as a competition and start seeing it as a chance to explore ideas together. You're not trying to overpower the other person's perspective. Rather, you're co-creating a more complete understanding of the issue at hand. Consider the metaphor of a dance. In a well-choreographed dance, each movement is carefully coordinated, and the partners work together to create something beautiful. Similarly, in a collaborative argument, both parties move in harmony, responding to each other's ideas, challenging them, and building upon them. Just as in a dance, the end result is not about one person dominating the other, but about creating something greater than what either could have achieved alone. This approach doesn't mean you abandon your own beliefs or ideas. In fact, it strengthens your own understanding. When you engage in an argument as a collaboration, you don't just defend your perspective, you refine it. You might find that you have missed a crucial point, or that your own beliefs evolve as you consider new insights. The other person's ideas become not an obstacle, but a catalyst for your own growth. One of the most intriguing aspects of this perspective is how it shifts the power dynamic. In traditional arguments, the loudest voice, the most convincing argument, or the person who remains the most steadfast often wins. But in a collaborative argument, power is shared. It's not about defeating the other person, but about respecting their contributions while adding your own. In doing so, both people leave the conversation richer than they were before. This collaboration also opens the door to empathy. When you approach an argument as a partnership, you naturally begin to see things from the other person's perspective. You recognize that their beliefs and opinions are shaped by their experiences, just as yours are shaped by yours. By truly listening, rather than simply waiting for your turn to speak, you acknowledge the complexity of their views and give space for their emotions and logic to come into play. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they say, but you honor their right to their perspective. In this way, arguments stop being zero-sum games where someone's victory means the other's loss. Instead, each disagreement becomes a learning experience, where both participants walk away with new insights, enhanced empathy, and perhaps a little more wisdom. You might not always agree at the end, but you'll understand each other better. Collaboration doesn't mean agreement, it means progress. Moreover, arguments as collaboration encourage creative problem solving. When two minds come together to resolve a disagreement, there's often a third, better solution that neither side would have discovered alone. By working together, you can uncover new ways of thinking and finding solutions that satisfy both perspectives, something that a simple win-slash-lose scenario never offers. In this sense, arguments are no longer a threat. They become an invitation to expand your own mind, to challenge assumptions, and to grow alongside others. So the next time you find yourself in a heated discussion, try to shift your perspective, see it as a chance to collaborate. You might just find that it's not about who wins or loses, it's about how you both evolve and enrich each other's understanding. Master your body to master your mind. The ancient Stoics believed that the mind and body were inseparable, that one could not be fully understood or controlled without the other. In their view, the health of the body directly impacts the health of the mind, and vice versa. Mastering your body is the first step to mastering your mind. This powerful connection between physical discipline and mental clarity is not just a philosophy, but a path to living a life of strength, wisdom, and resilience. The modern world often views the mind and body as distinct entities, two separate spheres, each with its own realm of influence. But the truth is more intricate and profound. The body is the temple of the mind, and the mind is the architect that shapes the body's reality. When you take control of your physical self, you unlock a greater capacity to control your mental state. Consider the simple act of breathing. It's something we all do without thought, but in the midst of stress, anxiety, or emotional turmoil, how often do you notice how shallow your breath becomes? How quickly your chest tightens? This is the mind's subtle way of manifesting inner chaos through the body. But if you can take control of your breath, you can directly influence your emotional and mental state. By slowing the breath, deepening it, and guiding it with intention, you can calm the storm in your mind. This is just the beginning. Physical discipline, whether it's through exercise, posture, or even the way you carry yourself, has profound effects on how your mind functions. Have you ever noticed that after a workout, you feel more clear-headed and energized? This isn't merely the result of physical exertion, it's the result of how movement and strength create neurological pathways that boost cognitive function. By pushing your body, you push your mind, expanding its capabilities and strengthening its resolve. Strengthening the body is not limited to muscles and endurance, it's about training your willpower. Imagine this: every time you endure a physical challenge, whether it's holding a plank, running another mile, or enduring discomfort in a yoga pose, you're cultivating your mental resilience. Each time you choose to persevere, you're telling your mind that it can endure, it can adapt, it can overcome. You build not just physical strength, but mental fortitude. The body becomes the proving ground for your inner strength, shaping your mindset by reinforcing the belief that you can face difficulty and rise above it. This dynamic works both ways. When you neglect the body, the mind follows suit. If you feed your body junk food, neglect physical exercise, or allow yourself to become sedentary, your mental state mirrors this neglect. The fogginess, lethargy, and lack of clarity you feel are reflections of the internal chaos or stagnation of the body. On the other hand, when you move with purpose, when you treat your body with respect and care, you set the stage for a mind that is sharp, focused, and agile. Think of the Olympian mindset. Athletes train their bodies to be at peak performance. But what many overlook is how their physical regimen sharpens their mental edge. The discipline required to push the body beyond its limits is the same discipline that fuels mental toughness. When an athlete's body has been honed through hours of rigorous training, the mind follows suit. It becomes unshakable, centered, and focused on the task at hand. By mastering the body, they've trained the mind to stay calm under pressure, to push through discomfort, and to maintain a clear vision of the goal. This principle applies not only to intense physical training but to the way you carry your body in everyday life. Posture, for example, plays a significant role in mental state. Stand tall, with your shoulders back, chest open, and spine straight, and you'll notice an immediate shift in how you feel. You're signaling to your mind that you are in control, that you are confident, and that you are ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Conversely, slumped shoulders and a head down convey a sense of defeat, even if you aren't consciously aware of it. The connection between body and mind is so powerful that it can even be used to change your mental state intentionally. Have you ever been in a meeting or a difficult conversation and felt yourself becoming tense, anxious, or overwhelmed? Before your mind spirals into stress, try adjusting your body. Take a deep breath, straighten your posture, and make eye contact. Instantly, your body shifts its signal, and your mind follows suit. You are in control. You are empowered. This is the quiet power of body-mind mastery. The more you nurture and care for your body, the more resilient, creative, and disciplined your mind becomes. This doesn't just mean physical fitness. It's about self-care rituals, the attention you pay to your sleep, nutrition, and how you treat yourself in moments of discomfort. When you master your body, you're laying the groundwork for the mind to follow, to become as disciplined and capable as the body it resides in. In essence, the pursuit of physical mastery is the gateway to mental mastery. Each time you push your body's boundaries, you expand the boundaries of your mind. When you silence the body's inner chaos through breath and movement, you create space for clarity in the mind. And when you treat the body with respect, you cultivate a mindset of strength, resilience, and grace. Master your body, and you will inevitably master your mind. The two are intertwined, each one feeding and strengthening the other. Let go of the need to win. At first glance, the idea of letting go of the need to win may seem counterintuitive. After all, in a world driven by competition, success, and achievement, winning is seen as the ultimate goal, the benchmark by which we measure our worth. From the sports field to the corporate boardroom, we are taught to chase victory, to outdo others, and to claim the prize as a testament to our ability, our intelligence, and our drive. But what if the key to true success lies not in winning, but in releasing the need to win altogether? Imagine a life where the pressure to succeed constantly hovers over you, where each decision, each step, is weighed against the expectation of success. The need to win shapes every action, turning each moment into a battlefield. We become obsessed with outcomes, with external validation, with the idea that without victory, we are not enough. But when we are fixated on winning, we lose sight of the process, the experience itself, and the growth that can be found in every failure and setback. Letting go of the need to win is about shifting the focus from external results to internal growth. It's about embracing the journey, not just the destination. When we release the need to prove ourselves through victories, we allow ourselves the freedom to explore, to fail, and to learn without the heavy burden of judgment. In this space, there is no failure. There are only lessons, new perspectives, and opportunities for development. This shift in mindset begins with understanding that winning is not the end-all. What is winning really? In some cases, it's just a fleeting moment of celebration, a brief recognition of success before the next challenge arises. And even when we do win, what does it leave us with? Often, it is not the satisfaction we expect, but a new pressure to maintain our position, to keep achieving. The cycle continues, and we are left chasing something elusive, always in search of the next win. But by letting go of the need to win, we free ourselves from this exhausting cycle. We embrace a deeper understanding of what it means to succeed. Success, in this context, is not about outshining others, but about evolving ourselves. It's about pushing our own boundaries, expanding our own capabilities, and measuring progress not by comparisons to others, but by our own growth. Consider the concept of mastery. True mastery in any field isn't about simply outdoing someone else. It's about pushing the limits of your own potential. When we let go of the need to win, we enter a space where mastery becomes a lifelong pursuit, not a race. Every day is an opportunity to learn, to practice, to refine our craft without the pressure of competition or the fear of failure. In this space, we are driven not by the desire for recognition, but by the pure joy of becoming better, step by step. Letting go of the need to win also means embracing collaboration over competition. Think about a time when you were part of a team or a partnership where the goal wasn't about individual achievement, but about creating something greater together. In such an environment, the focus shifts from personal victory to shared growth. True innovation and creativity happen when the need to win is set aside, and people can contribute freely without the constraints of ego or rivalry. This shift fosters collaboration, not conflict, and opens the door to real breakthroughs. In relationships, too, the need to win can cause friction and misunderstanding. When we are constantly trying to win an argument or prove that we are right, we lose the opportunity for genuine connection and understanding. Letting go of the need to be right allows for deeper empathy and communication, as it opens the space for both parties to share perspectives without fear of judgment or the need to dominate the conversation. True connection happens not when we win, but when we listen, understand, and collaborate. There's also a profound sense of freedom in letting go of the need to win. When we release the attachment to outcomes, we allow ourselves to move through life with greater ease and less resistance. Instead of being constantly on edge, anxious about the next goal or prize, we find ourselves present in the moment, able to fully engage with the experience itself. The tension that often comes with striving for victory dissolves, leaving room for a deeper, more authentic form of enjoyment in whatever we do. This doesn't mean we stop striving or working toward excellence. It means we are no longer chained by the need for external validation. We can perform at our highest level, not for the applause or accolades, but because the pursuit itself is fulfilling. The absence of the need to win doesn't equate to complacency. It equates to a shift in motivation. It's the freedom to act not out of fear or pride, but out of genuine passion and purpose. When we let go of the need to win, we cultivate an inner peace that transcends external circumstances. We understand that true fulfillment doesn't come from beating others or being at the top, but from the growth, the learning, and the enjoyment of each step along the way. In releasing the need to win, we become more whole, more present, and more connected to the essence of who we truly are. So, let go of the need to win. Instead, embrace the freedom to grow, to collaborate, and to learn. Victory will come in its own time, but it will be a victory that is authentically yours, one that reflects your own growth rather than your ability to outdo others. In the end, the truest form of winning is not about besting someone else, it's about being at peace with your own journey. By practicing active listening and shifting your mindset, you'll not only become better at handling disagreements, but you'll also develop a sense of resilience and emotional control that can benefit you in every aspect of life. It's all about transforming challenges into opportunities for personal growth, where every conversation, every moment of tension, becomes a chance to refine your self-mastery. The way you respond to conflict can shape your relationships, your mental clarity, and your overall sense of peace. So, the next time you're faced with a heated argument or a stressful situation, remember that you have the power to choose how you react. It's about stepping back, pausing to listen, and embracing the opportunity to grow stronger. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell for more content that empowers you to take control of your emotions and your life. Remember, true strength comes not from dominating a conversation, but from maintaining your peace amidst chaos. Stay calm, stay strong, and keep striving for growth. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring ways to live a more purposeful, stoic life.